All right, guys, so most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. I've been maintaining my weight for over 15 years. So today I'm here at Costco and I'm gonna show you my 5 top tips for weight loss. So come on, let's go. All right, we're talking weight loss, back to basics. One of the things I do whenever I gain weight or I'm trying to lose weight, actively trying to lose weight, is go back to basics. A lot of times you know what to do, but you start kind of steering away. You have to bring it right back and just do what works. Protein, high protein. That's always one of the things that I stick to. I usually here at Costco, I'm here in this section. I'm for sure always grabbing ground beef. Their organic ground beef here. I love it. You can eat that for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's high in fats, healthy fats. It is good on calories, very high on protein. And I feel like overall, that's what keeps you satiated. That's what keeps me personally from snacking throughout the day. If I don't have a good amount of protein and fats for my first meal, I'm literally like poking, like I don't feel satisfied in my stomach. So I would say if you are actively trying to lose some weight right now, go back to basics and stick to your protein. Ground beef, shrimp, chicken, salmon. You have so many different choices here. So when you come to Costco, stock up. I would say even if you don't have a big family, you can definitely stock up and of course freeze all this stuff. All right, guys, now moving on to drinks, hydration. Okay, so I've made a few changes lately. I promise you, I don't want to use the word addicted, but I love Coke Zero and I know how bad it is. So I've tried to really steer away from it. I have it once in a while, but what I do now is I have sparkling water. I love sparkling water. But the thing is, you just want to make sure you are staying hydrated throughout the day. I always carry my tumbler with me because if I don't, I literally won't drink until like I get home. So having it with me, I have my electrolytes and minerals in here. The one that I take is one from Element. I love it, chili mango. I always even have like a little packet with me for later or whatever. I do half a packet. If I'm working out and I'm sweating, I'll do the whole thing because I know it's gonna replenish all my electrolytes and minerals. That little packet has the perfect balance that your body needs for the day. 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium. It is not only great for hydration, it's also great for hormonal regulation for both men and women. And right now, Element is offering all my viewers a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element order. You can only get it through my link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/low carb love. But don't worry, I'm gonna leave it linked in the description below for you, okay? So the one that I like to get here at Costco, I love their Italian sparkling mineral water. It is so like fizzy. So if you are someone that doesn't really like carbonation, that's not one that you want. If you love it, you will love this one. I usually get this one unless they have another one that's on sale, like Pellegrino or like, which other one? They never have Topo Chico. But anyway, any one of these sparkling waters, I feel like is a better option than going to my Coke Zero that I have every day. But they do have some drinks on the other side that are flavored. Let's go over there and I'll show you what I get over there. Okay, so in terms of flavored sparkling water, Spindrift is a good option. They actually put real squeezed fruit juice in it, like actual lime, lemon, grapefruit. And I like Waterloo and I like all the other ones, LaCroix. But if you're thinking more of like a soda, like a healthy version of a soda, you can do Zevia, you can do Poppy, you can do Olipop. They have here, if you're like a Costco shopper, they do have the Poppy and they have like different flavors. So those are like the things that I'm looking for. If I'm gonna have like a soda, then I just want it to be like a good for you soda. But to be honest with you, I haven't really found one that I'm like OMG about. So I typically just stick to sparkling water and it works because what I'm really looking for is the gas. Like I'm looking for the fizz, you know what I mean? So I stick to like a super, super fizzy water. Sometimes when I want a little taste, then I do a sparkly flavored water. Now, moving on to another thing that I always focus on are veggies. Well, actually, avocado is technically a fruit, but I definitely treat it as a vegetable. If I'm having any type of carbs, they are coming from veggies. Even if they're potatoes, yes, they're not super low in carbs, but guys, they are complex carbs. They are a clean source of carbs. Now, one thing to remember is if you are having a fruit, if you are having a veggie, as long as it is not process, your body knows exactly what to do with it. Of course, if you are doing keto or you're doing keto for health purposes, then of course you want to keep those carbs super, super low, and you're probably not having potatoes, you're not having onion. Anyway, you guys pretty much know the breakdown when it comes to keto. It is under 20 net carbs. I stick to more of a low carb lifestyle. Low carb is under 100 carbs, okay? So anyway, with the veggies, always focus on the lower carb veggies, mushrooms, broccoli, asparagus, spinach. All of those veggies are really, really low in, they're really low in carbs, really low in calories, really low in sugars, which ultimately is gonna help you keep your glucose level low, your insulin level low, which in return will also help you stay in a fat burning mode, okay? Let me know if you guys want me to explain a little bit more about how all of that works. For me personally, I just stick to whole foods. I stick to my proteins, my veggies, healthy fats, and I'm telling you, the number on the scale drops. Okay, so I was actually gonna forget about the fruit altogether, but no, fruit is something that I definitely have. I just try to stick to the lower sugar fruit, even though I love my cherries, especially when they're in season. I love grapes, guys. If the grapes are crunchy, they are like my kryptonite, I'm telling you. But if I'm gonna have like an actual bowl of fruit, I am sticking to fresh strawberries. And if I want it more like a dessert, I'll have it with like a little bit of yogurt and then do like a little granola, something that makes it like a little bit more substantial. And I'm having not so much fruit, but also having like some protein with it. You know what I mean? Another very low sugar fruit are raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. Now, one thing that you can do if you're not wanting to do fresh fruit here, because I mean, it is a lot, and if you don't eat it quickly, obviously it goes bad. Let's move over to the freezer section. I'm gonna show you the bag I grab every single time I come. It's these guys right here. These organic blueberries, guys, obviously they're not gonna go bad. It's a frozen bag, and for $7.99 for 3 pounds, it's like a steal. I literally add this into my yogurt. I top my cottage cheese with this and then add a little bit of granola, sometimes some honey. It literally tastes like dessert, but I'm nourishing my body and I'm still getting in that protein. So that's why you always want to mix in, if you're having fruit, because fruit's still going to have sugar, you still want to mix in some type of fat and some type of protein, because it's not going to spike your insulin as much or your glucose. The lower we have our glucose and insulin, the easier it's going to be for your body to be in that fat burning mode, which of course that's what we want, right? So anyway, blueberries, great. Another thing about fruit is that it's also very low in calories. So it's low in calories. It does have that sugar, but remember, it's natural. So your body knows exactly what to do with it. Okay, guys, chip aisle, snacks, my favorite. I'm like such a snacker. It's almost like to a fault, but there are options, okay? So I'm gonna take you to my real snack aisle, but I wanted to show you what they do have here. I found these guys. These are protein chips, 16 grams of protein, 130 calories for 20 chips. They're not the cleanest, but I'll be honest, what I typically eat if I am gonna have a chip, I'm just going the healthy route. I'm like, okay, it's not gonna be super low carb, but I'm pretty much gonna go with siete. I love siete. They're super clean. They're made with avocado oil, super, super clean ingredients. Carbs for these, it's about 17 grams of carbs. So they're not low in carbs, but I feel like I don't have them all the time. So if I'm gonna do it, I'd rather have something clean, put something clean into my body than go with like, you know, like an unhealthy option. So, you know, at that point, it's just up to you. You're just weighing it out. Siete doesn't have protein. Something like these guys here has protein. And there are other options. I'm just showing you what they have here at Costco. But let me show you what I actually try to stick to when I'm really like actually snacking, okay? Let's go. Okay, so I'm on my way to my snack aisle. Then I see these. So these are really good too. They have 10 grams of protein, and these are actually made from chicken. So it's just like chicken and egg whites. Guys, these are so good. I really, really like these. I like the queso and I like the vinegar. The salt and vinegar are so good. But this is another option that I have once in a while, and they're really, really good. And I'm still getting in protein. So right now I'm gonna show you what I really stock up on, which I'm actually gonna stock up on today. All right, guys, so this is what I actually try to stick to when I'm snacking. Jerky, I like to stick to protein, eggs, hard-boiled eggs, maybe like some almonds. I try to just do things that are a little bit more of like a food versus just like a chip. But these guys here, I love taking those. I also like these two, the Archer These are like, they're really moist and they're actually flavored. So this one's like the mango habanero. Things like this, I feel like it actually makes you feel like you're having something a little bit more substantial versus just like a chip. It is also more nutritious. You're talking about 10 grams of protein per ounce. So I think like one sitting, what are we having? 2, maybe 3. If I'm hungry, I'm literally probably like having like a little bowl of it. So I probably have about 30 grams of protein when I sit down to snack. And that's the reason why I like to keep things like this on hand. It keeps me on track. I'm not sitting there eating a whole bag of chips or a whole bag of cookies or crackers. This is what I try to keep on hand, along with, like I mentioned, chopped up like cucumbers with like a little sauce. So cucumbers, broccoli, peppers, hard-boiled eggs, and then of course the meats. Guys, the meats are what are gonna keep you feeling a little bit more full and a little bit more satiated and keep you from snacking on a lot of that junk. Okay, so let's talk desserts. Now, I have a huge sweet tooth, okay? So desserts is something that I'm always thinking about. After I eat, I'm like, I need something sweet. I want something sweet. So here they do have some options. One of them, this little guy here, super clean. It's a dark chocolate, like a little dark chocolate with, do you remember the mounds? Like the mound, the little Almond Joy type vibes? So these are like that. These are like the mounds. So what I was gonna say is, because I do love desserts, and for the most part, when I'm like at Costco or any grocery store, I don't find desserts that like I feel comfortable eating, that I feel kind of match the macros that I'm looking for. They're either like super, super high in calories or just like really, really high in fat and calories and carbs. And so what I do is I actually make a lot of my stuff. So, I mean, I'm talking about from banana bread to my own chocolates to my own like healthy version of Snickers. I make my own cookies. I make my own ice cream. I actually even make like little shakes. They're kind of like smoothies, but they taste like shakes. They have a consistency of shakes, but they have at least 25 grams of protein. So I try to do things like that when it comes to desserts, because when you're out and about, you're really not gonna find things that are fully clean, that are actually for sure not nutritious, unless they're very specific, or you're like maybe at like a health store that specifically focuses on ingredients. So like even Costco, that tends to have like really healthy stuff. The only thing I was able to find on this entire aisle that I would actually eat were these here that are like the little mounds. And then over there on the other section, I found the little healthy version of like a Reese's peanut butter cup. So I'm telling you, like, what is left? The only choices, guys, if you want something sweet and you're really trying to lose weight and you're really trying to stay on track, you're gonna have to make your own. But let me tell you, they're delicious. They taste just as good, if not better. You know exactly what you're putting into your body, and they're more nutritious than anything you're gonna find in the store. All right, guys, so those are my tips here at Costco. Whether I'm at Costco, at Walmart, at Ralph's, at any store, I pretty much go by the same rules. Always shop perimeter of the store. That's where you're gonna find clean, whole foods. Every aisle, when you start going through the aisles, that's where you start seeing packaged foods and junk and carbs and things that you really, really wanna stay away from, especially when you are going back to basics, okay? But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button, and don't forget to hit the little bell notification so that you're reminded every time I post a video, just like this one. And guys, please share this video, share my channel with your friends and family, whether they're living a low carb lifestyle, maybe they're trying to lose weight, or even diabetic. Things like this can be really, really helpful for them. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.